Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Somebody's evidently on a volunteer fire department. They've taken on the task to redo their logo, and they also would like to engrave it. It's a pretty pixelized picture, and none of the better clip art, well, with the exception of this right here, is pretty close to the center. You got a ladder, you got a hose. This one has an axe. Well, no, the black one has a ball, whatever that's supposed to represent. So I found one that's pretty good. The ladder could be redone. But if we take the logo and kind of start with this, I've already traced it. I made it small, and I traced it. I'm going to set my nudge factor on 2 inches. And I'm going to grab this gold part, and I'm going to move it out of the way. And this is our key to the whole thing, because it's a little bit different shield or badge than the other ones. And if you can kind of see, it's got an outline around it that doesn't quite get to there. So what I'm going to do is take the, I'm going to see if I can't grab it all, go up to object, and break the curve apart. Now I'm going to see if I can't grab the outer side and nudge it over, and it did, and I'm going to take that circle, because I needed to get rid of the wordage that's just garbage. So now you've kind of got your shield about the right size, and we can, it's kind of hard to figure out if he's going to engrave it, and I do not know what that is. That's a fire hydrant. That's the word fire and rescue. Jaws of life, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of funny that it's at that angle. The rest of the logo is pretty easy. And if you realize I nudge stuff, so I'm going to go back over here and get this a little bit better clip art, and I'm going to just kind of grab this and Control G. Now it would probably need some work. I just found, for the one I'm doing it for, I just found it off the internet. And if we look at that circle, it's only, well, you know what, now that we still need to keep it that size, because we need to work off here. So what I'm going to do, if this is all group, this circle is only 0.137, so I'm going to go with the ratio lock, I'm going to go 0.134, I'm just guessing. And I'm going to move it over to the center, see what it looks like. Well, I made it, okay, the circle was 3, I put 1. The circle is, this is 3.17. Well, 0.317 makes a little bit of a difference. And that's still too big, but we can work with that. And then just kind of go back to your original. What we can do, I would just soon make a better circle if you see this isn't a perfect circle. So we're at 1.37, I'm just going to draw a circle, holding down the control button and make it 0.317. And then put it back in the middle of this. I do not like, just moving stuff around. We'll go ahead and make it black right now to make it better. And then we can actually, because the other one is grouped and it's semi-round, we can grab that. We'll tell you what, we can grab both these and go CE, and that put it in the center. And then we'll put our nudge factor on something lower, 0.01. We'll grab, and see I'm coming off the shield, so I will not grab the shield, and the 0.01 at this size is too much, 0.001. I'm going to grab the circle and the shield, and I'm going to nudge it over just ever so slightly and maybe up a little bit, kind of get it off there. Then I'm going to go back, and the graphics could be a little bit bigger. So if we grab the graphics, tell you what, let's do this. I need to grab just the graphics, so I'm going to come inside and not get the entire circle. I'm going to hold down the shift key, and it's going to grow from the outside. And then you would just play around with that. The other part's pretty easy. We've lost some of the graphics, and you can go back to here and, just kind of look on these other two that I got off the internet. And we have a hydrant. And he also said he's redoing their logo. So does it have to look like the original? You know, there's some garbage right there. Or is this good enough to, let's do this, let's make that black outline. We might have to separate that. Tell you what, let's give it no fill. And then take our black Smart Fill tool and fill in whatever we want in black, go every other ring. So if it doesn't, you know, if he's redoing it, and it's a volunteer, and I'm not saying anything bad about a volunteer fire department, but Control G to group that together and make it really little, then bring it into our picture. And the fire hydrant is on the left. So we're gonna, and see what I did wrong with the lines. Let me back up here. I fill this in with lines. I'm gonna hit F12 on my keyboard and get my line. I'm gonna make it a hairline and also scale with object, which normally in a hairline you don't have to. And then I'm gonna smart fill, smart fill, smart fill, smart fill. I'm actually gonna take away my lines now by right clicking. I'm gonna group this together, Control G. Now it should stay like that. We still need to make it quite a bit lower. And this is something you'd have to look at after you engrave it. I'd say that looks pretty good. It might be a little bit big. The other side is whatever this is. You could very easily draw that, but I'm not going to take everybody's time to draw that. It looks like the jaws of life. The rescue, the fire, pretty easy. I mean, just probably the best thing to do on the fire because it's a circle. And I'd also clean up this lines on this to get a better cleaner. And that would be easy because you only have to do one. You could duplicate it around. I might make a second video on that. But let's type out the word fire in all caps. And then make it a little bit smaller. And because this is a circle, we shouldn't really have to do anything. Let's tell you what, let's see what our nudge factor is. Let's set it back on 2 inches and let's nudge this over 2 inches. Wow, that's a long way. Let's take the fire and put it over here. Go to text the path and put it on that fire. Now at this time, we could raise it off because it needs to be pretty far off and you might want to use a different font, but you could raise it off by doing that right there and change it. Then we can actually go to object. I'll tell you what, you're going to have to select the whole thing. If something doesn't show up, it's because you don't have it selected. And then move that over. We're a little bit big. You could probably still scale it within the, hold down the shift key and scale it. You'd want to use, you know, this is where you'd want to use your shape tool to bring the letters in or back and forth to make it look better like that. It looks pretty good. Maybe make it a bolder font. I can't bold it now because it's too late, but you get the idea. And the stars and stripes, the Melville, that's basically a banner. Go to common shapes or basic shapes and get your banner tool, like that one right there should work. We're gonna have to curve it because Corel doesn't have a curve. Tell you what, I'm gonna have to make a couple of videos about this. So I'm gonna hold off here and we're gonna make the banner and then we're gonna clean that up and the rest of it should be pretty simple. I hope that helped. Thank you for watching.